Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Shubham. So yes, folks, good afternoon. Today is our second lecture in geometry. This is again the basics of geometry for parallel lines. So I'll begin one by one, and after that, you also have to participate. Okay. So these are the norms: courage, collaboration, critical thinking. All of you know. Keep yourselves on mute or videos on if possible. If you have any question, raise hand and have a notebook and a pen. Yeah. So this is very important. Have a notebook and a pen today. Okay. So this is the only question I'm going to be asking you. What are parallel lines? So one by one, just come off mute and tell me quickly what do you understand by parallel line?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead, Aditya.
Can I?
Okay, first Aditya, after
Yes.
that whoever spoke. Yeah.
Yeah, parallel lines are two lines which don't intersect till infinity. When they go far and far, they don't intersect and they have an equal distance between them.
All right. Thank you so much, Aditya. Absolutely. Who else was there who wanted to speak? Yeah, Isha, go ahead.
And they go straight.
They go straight. Yeah, absolutely. So they don't intersect with each other. All right. So basically, parallel lines are nothing but if one line is like this and second line is like this, they do not intersect. They do not intersect with each other at all. Okay, so they don't go like this. They only go straight and straight and straight. Understand? So if you have understood, type in chat box yes, because this is the basic thing we're going to be thinking about. What are parallel lines? And there are 5 properties of parallel lines which are very easy to understand. So we are going to be thinking about that today. 5 basic properties of parallel lines. All right, cool. So these are parallel lines. Okay. So what are we going to be doing today? So it's my belief that everybody should understand what we are going to be doing today so that it's easy for you to study. All right. Okay. So nothing but these are two parallel lines and we are going to be looking at the properties of parallel lines. All right. So we have two line segments over here, A, B and C, D. So now I'm going to give you a critical thinking question, folks. These two lines are in two different planes. Okay, so if you look over here, let's say this rectangle over here is plane AS, for example, and this over here is plane TB. So tell me, are these two lines now parallel to each other?
Bhaiya, I don't think they are parallel lines because they are on different planes. But if they are parallel lines, they should be on same plane.
Absolutely, Radha. Yeah, that's correct. And also Kiran has put it in the chat that same answer, parallel lines are coplanar. So what does coplanar mean is both the lines should be on the same plane like this. They should be in the same plane. All right. So if you see two lines which they look parallel, but they are not on the same plane, that means that they are not parallel. But if you look at it like this, then they are parallel. Okay. So these are not parallel lines. These are parallel lines. So coplanar means lying in the same plane. All right. So this is what parallel lines are. Very easy. All of you have already, studied this. So then what are we going to be doing? Okay. So let's say we have these two lines and I put a line through these two lines. Okay. So let's say this line is ESGF. So I have these two lines over here. Let's take a laser pointer so that you can understand. So these are our two parallel lines, AB and CD. And I have one line like this, which is EF, and it intersects point like line AB at point S and line CD at point G. Understood? So this line has a name. Has any one of you ever read about what this line is called? EF, which cuts parallel.
Transversal.
Yeah, Omkar, go ahead. All right. Omkar, you have raised your hand. Payal, yeah, absolutely correct. Transversal. So this line is known as a transversal line. Why is it called transversal line is because it transverses. It means that it cuts through two parallel lines. That cutting through lines is known as transversing. That's why we call it a transversal line. All right. So line EF is a transversal line. So this is very important for you to understand. Is just a minute, folks. Okay. The reason you have to understand this is now we are going to be doing like we are going to be only looking at this structure over here. Okay, just let me clear my drawing. Okay, this thing over here, and there are 5 properties that we have to focus on, which I'll be teaching you today. They're very easy. There's nothing to think much, but you have to remember them. And I always think that you shouldn't learn something just ratta mat maro. Don't do rote learning. You have to understand why those properties are, and that's why I'm taking this entire lecture for only these five properties, because these 5 properties are important for you to understand, not just today, not in 9th standard, but 10th, 11th, 12th, engineering, JEE advanced, IIT, whatever. So these are the 5 basic properties of parallel lines, which are going to be helpful for you if you take mathematics in any field in your life. Okay, you have to understand that. That's why I'm taking this one lecture entire for these 5 properties. Okay, so okay. So this is what we're going to be doing today. Properties of angles formed by transversal on parallel lines. So there are many words. So I'm going to break this down for us. Okay, so the first word is properties of angles formed by properties of angles. So what are the angles? So this is the transversal EF. It cuts these 2 lines like this. So the angles formed are this over here. This is one more angle. Then I will change the color. So okay, so this is one angle. This is one more angle. This is one angle. So there are 8 angles. Yeah, Shubham, thank you. So there are 8 angles which are created like this. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what are the properties of these angles formed by transversal on parallel lines? It means nothing but if we have 2 parallel lines and one transversal cuts it, it forms 8 angles. What are the properties of that angle, those angles? Okay. So this is what we're going to be doing today. So if you've understood what we'll be doing, type yes in the chat box so that I can understand and we can go ahead with actual learning. All right, I see a couple of yeses in the chat box. Okay. All right, folks. So I go ahead. So these are the absolute basics of mathematics. Okay. So pay attention. They are very easy. Once you understand how to do it, it's going to be very fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. So basics. The first property is, I'm going to request someone to come off mute. Bhumika, can you come off mute and read the first property? Shubham, you can go next.
When 2 lines intersect, the pairs of opposite angles are congruent.
Oh, thank you so much, Bhumika. So yes, folks, now there are many words. So again, in mathematics, what you do is you break down that sentence. All right. So let's break down this sentence. I see when 2 lines intersect. 2 lines intersect. So for example, if I have line like this, line AB, okay, line AB and line CD like this. Okay. The pairs of opposite angles are congruent. So congruent means equal. Okay. Pairs means obviously everybody knows what pairs are. So opposite angles. What are opposite angles? Now this is important. Opposite angles are nothing but, let's say this is the intersection point.
Aju baju.
Yes, exactly. Aju Bazu Virat. So this and this angle are opposite to each other. So they are opposite angles like this. And these 2 angles are opposite to each other like this. So they are opposite angles. So the first property is nothing but when 2 lines intersect, these are our 2 lines, A, B, C, D. The pairs of opposite angles are equal. So these angles will be equal always equal. Okay. So this is what the first property is. So I'll just, show it to you officially. I'll show it to you. Okay. So we have DC and we have AB and the intersection point is O. So the property says that angle AOC is equal to angle DOB. That means angle AOC. Wait a minute, I'll annotate it. It's easier like that. Okay. So, all right. So angle DOC. So this angle is equal to angle DOB, like this. All right. So these are equal. So now there is one more pair of opposite angles. So can anyone come off mute and tell me that pair, the second pair of opposite angles?
मैं बताऊँ
And
क्या?
Can I?
Okay, wait. Suraj, you can go ahead.
हाँ हाँ, this one and this one.
Just say the name.
वो मैंने
Suraj.
मार्क किया है.
Say the names. Like angle, which angle?
हाँ
Like
हाँ,
this.
AOB और COB.
AOB. So AOB is a straight line. AOB. This is angle AOB.
Sorry, D. AOD. AOD और COB.
Is equal to angle COB. Yeah, absolutely.
हम्म,
Thank you so much. So yes.
वो
So
मेरे
this is the
को
first
D
property,
लगा.
folks. So this is the first property, folks. Very easy, and most of you know it. So, all right. Now we go to the second property. We have 5. 1 is done. If you have any questions, just come off mute and tell me, Bhaiya, I have a question. If not, then I'm gonna go ahead. Okay. And the second property now is angles in a linear pair are supplementary. All right. So now what does this mean? So can anyone tell me what does supplementary mean?
Can I?
Who said that?
Suraj.
Yeah, Suraj, go ahead.
मैं?
All right, Prathamesh, anyone just come off mute and quickly tell me.
हाँ,
Can I tell? Bhaiya, can I tell?
Let Prathamesh tell Shubham.
Okay.
Supplementary means two angles which sum up to 180 degree.
Absolutely, Prathamesh, wonderful. So yes, and in the chat, Piyusha is also telling me angles which form 180 degrees. Absolutely, folks. So for others, I'm going to quickly explain to you what we are going to be looking for now. And folks, we are learning mathematics. So always break down the sentence into smaller parts so that you can understand. Understanding the question is very important in maths. So supplementary is 180 degrees. Angles in a linear pair. Linear means straight line. Straight line. Okay. Just a minute. Straight line. Okay. Are supplementary. So basically what it means is I have a straight line like this, A and B. There is a transversal which cuts it like this. Let's say it is C. Okay. So I have a straight line, and now the pairs of angles are, there are two angles which are formed, this one and this one. Let's say it is O. So angle AOC plus angle BOC will be equal to 180 degrees. Oh God, just a minute. I'll just write it nicely. So 180 degrees. Yes. So basically it means is angles in a linear pair. Linear pair means in a straight line. So this is a straight line. This AB is a straight line. There's a transversal which cutting it like this. And the two angles which are formed are supplementary. So if you have understood this, give me a thumbs up. If not, then obviously I'll explain to you again. All right, I see a couple of thumbs up from all of you, and there's something in the chat box. I'll just see. Isha, you haven't understood this. All right, take it. I'll explain to you once again quickly. All right. So, folks, break down the sentence into smaller parts. So, if you look at this sentence, the angles in a linear pair are supplementary is the sentence we have. Okay. So basically, angles in linear pair means linear means straight line. That is like the synonym. That is the meaning of linear. Linear means straight. All right. Pair means obviously all of you know what pair means. Supplementary means 180 degrees. 180. So basically what it means is if I have a straight line like this, assume it's a straight line, okay, because I'm drawing with a mouse. I have a straight line. AB is a straight line. And there is one more line which cuts it. So this is a transversal like this. Let's say it is CD. Now I get two angles over here. Which are these two angles? These two angles are this AOC like this and BOC like this. Okay. So what the property says is that I have a straight line, it is cut, I get a pair. So this is pair number one, this is pair number, this is angle number one, angle number two, both of them make pair. They are equal to 180 degrees. All right. So they are equal to 180. So basically angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degrees. Okay. This is what it means. So these two angles, if I add them, will be equal to 180. And why is this so? The answer is very easy. Okay. The answer is very easy. Is because if I have a straight line, folks. Okay, I'll tell you this answer later because I have an animation for it. Okay.
May I understand?
All right, thank you. So folks, you may be wondering, Acha, why are these rules like this? And you have to always wonder because we are learning mathematics. So always question. In your textbook, many things are told to you कि ऐसा ऐसा होता है. We have to think for ourselves. Why is it happening? So now I'm going to tell you why they are known as supplementary angles. Okay, folks, or why these two lines which intersect have opposite angles are equal. Have to always question in mathematics. So I'll tell you. So let's say what I've done right now is we have these two lines. Okay, what I did was these two lines are equal. So what I did was I have two lines. I drew a circle at the boundary of them. Like I drew a circle like this by taking point O as a midpoint. Okay. So I drew a circle like this. All right. O is the center of the circle. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, if you observe, folks, clearly, all right, from here, let's say line AB, it cuts the circle into two parts. This is part number one and this is part number two, and this is the line in the middle. Understand? So now anyone tell me what is the angle of a semicircle? What is the angle of a semicircle? Can anyone tell?
Yeah.
180.
Exactly,
180.
180 degrees. So AB, so this semicircle over here is 180 degrees. What's going to happen if I put a line through point O? It is going to split that line. Okay, so we'll get line AO like this and line OB like this. Okay, we already know that entire line AB, the semicircle, is 180 degrees. So if I cut it like this, now tell me what will be this half be like? This half and this half.
Bhaiya, 90 degrees.
Exactly, 90 degrees. Understand? So that is why they are supplementary. So if you say, ठीक है भैया, ऐसा है कि if you put it through a straight line, but if I don't put it through the midpoint, then what will happen? So again the same thing. Let's say we have a circle over here. Just assume, folks, that this is a circle. Okay. Let's see. Can I draw a circle over here? Yes, I can. Oh, wonderful. So just a minute. I'll draw one circle like this. Okay, folks, this is our circle. And now through its midpoint, I'll draw a line like this. Okay. So now we have point A over here, point B over here, and let's say some point D over here. So we have semicircle ADB. All right. The midpoint is O, but now I put a line not from the midpoint, from any other point. So let's say I put a line like this and I say it is D. So this angle is no longer 90 degrees, but this angle is no longer 90 degrees, or this is not 90 degrees, but still the addition is 180 because it lies in a semicircle. Now you are understanding why this is called supplementary. Why is it 180 degrees? Because if you draw a line through a semicircle, you get a semicircle basically. So that's why we call it as supplementary. If you have understood this, give me a thumbs up. All right. So this is how we do it, folks. Always question why are you doing it mathematics? Why is it said? And trust me, the answer is very easy. All of you knew what a circle was. All of you know what a semicircle is. All of you know a semicircle is 180 degrees. You just have to connect two concepts to get the answer. Okay. So that is mathematics. Mathematics is nothing special. All right. So now, and folks, all the questions and answer after this, because this is the recording which is going to go on YouTube and it has to be short. Okay. So just keep a note of your questions. So these are the two properties that we learned. All right. After this, we go to the next three properties. Again, very easy, nothing to worry about. And I'm going to tell you. All right. So these are our standard two parallel lines and one transversal like this. Okay. Nothing new in it. Now this is our third property. I'm going to request Rutugan, can you come off mute and read the third property for us? This one. All right, seems Rutugan is not there. All right, so I'm going to request.
Can I?
Yeah, Viraj, go ahead.
When one pair of corresponding angle is congruent, then all other remaining pairs of corresponding angle are congruent.
Thank you so much, Viraj. So folks, again, we break down the property. All right. So let's read it slowly. When one pair of corresponding angles is congruent. We'll stop here. What are corresponding angles now? All right, you may be asking, Bhaiya, what are corresponding angles? So I'll tell you. Corresponding angles are nothing but if we have parallel lines and a transversal cuts them, corresponding angles are these angles. Let's say this is X and this is Y. So corresponding angles are the first angles through which the transversal intersects the line. So that's the official definition. These are corresponding angles. All right. Or you can also take another example like this. These are also corresponding angles. Understand? The outer angles. And what it says is that if one pair of corresponding angles are congruent, means equal. Everybody knows what congruence is. So what it means is then all the remaining pairs of corresponding angles are congruent. So basically what it means is if I have this and let's say this angle over here like this is X and this is Y, they both are equal. Okay. So X is equal to Y. Then the property says that all the remaining corresponding angles, it's like this is one, or like this is one, or let's take another color, or this angle, this is one. They all will be same. They all will be equal to each other only if one pair of corresponding angles are equal to each other. For a line, for two parallel lines and one transversal, there are four pairs, folks. Four pairs of corresponding angles for two parallel lines and one transversal. Okay. What it says is that even if one pair of corresponding angles are congruent, are equal, then the remaining three pairs are all like they're also congruent. Understand? So this is what the property means. So if you have understood, give me a thumbs up so that I can tell you why is it like that. Like why is this property like this? And we'll prove it mathematically. All right. Okay, cool. I see a couple of thumbs up. So folks, again, we have to think, why is it like this? So now the solution. What I've done is I have numbered these angles so that it's easier for us to solve the proof. So let's say this is 1 and this is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 angles for this. Okay. And now what this says is when one pair of corresponding angles is congruent. So let's say angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent because this is given. So angle 1 and angle 2 are equal. 1 is equal to 2. And why is it like this is because it is given. Where is it given? It is given over here. So now what we have to prove is then all the remaining pairs of corresponding angles are congruent. So this is what we have to prove, right? So we'll prove it. All right. First step. We have two properties which have already proven. Previous ones. Opposite angles are equal and linear pair angles are 180 degrees. Supplementary. So what we are going to be doing is we're going to be using these two properties to prove this third property. All right. And the beauty of mathematics is for the fourth property, like the next property, we will be using 1, 2, 3 properties. And for the fifth properties, we'll be using 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go step by step. So we've already proven two properties. Now the third one, we'll prove using the first two. So remember the second property. Linear pair angles are supplementary. So angle 1, so this is angle 1, and angle 3, angle 3. They are a linear pair, right? So they are supplementary. They are equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, folks, angle 2 and angle 6 is equal to 180. And why is it 180? Is because they are opposite. All right. So I will write it like this so that you can understand clearly. These two angles and these two angles are supplementary. That is why this is equal to this and this is equal to this. Understand? Cool. So now that means is obviously angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to angle 2 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 because all are 180 degrees, right? Understand? But I know if you look here, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. So I can cut it like this, angle 1 and angle 2 I can cut because they are the same thing. So what am I left with is angle 3 is equal to angle 6. Understand? If you understood this, give me a thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
All right. So we get angle 3 is equal to angle 6 because of this. So now folks, I am going to do one thing. I'm going to mark whichever angles are equal. So this is equal to this and change color. Angle 3 is equal to angle 6. So folks, again, angle 3 and angle 6 are corresponding angles. So we have proven that one, like this was the first pair. The second pair are also equal if you are observing. Okay, so we have two more pairs to go now. So now let's say angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Can anyone tell me why is it like this? Why have I written it like this?
Can I
Because
tell
they
you?
are
Bhaiya,
angle.
One by one, one by. Okay, folks. So Radha, you can go ahead.
opposite angles.
Absolutely. And angle 6 is equal to angle 7. Again, why? Opposite angles, right? Oh, angle 6. So now, vertically opposite angles. So now, obviously, folks, angle 4 will be equal to angle 7. Why is it like this? Anyone tell me? Because, folks, look over here.
Can I tell Bhaiya?
Yeah, Shubham, go ahead.
Because 4 and 7 are also corresponding angles.
Yeah, we know that, Shubham, but we are proving why they are equal, right? So basically, the answer is angle 3 is equal to angle 4, angle 6 is equal to angle 7 because vertically opposite angles like this. So that means angle 4 is equal to angle 7. Why? Is because angle 3 and angle 6 are equal because we proven it. Okay.
Method.
So that's why we get it. So where is angle 4? Angle 4 is here and angle 7 is here. So now we have proven the third pair. So this is the third pair. Okay. Angle 4 and angle 7. So only one pair is remaining now. Angle 5 and angle 8. This and this. So how do we prove it? Again, easy. Connect whatever we have done earlier and then join it. So angle 1 is equal to 5 and angle 2 is equal to 8. Why is it like this now? Very easy. Anyone?
Bhaiya, they are opposite angles.
Absolutely, yeah. They are vertically opposite angles. So angle 5 is equal to angle 8. Why? Because look over here, folks. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. 1 and 2 are same. That means 5 and 8 are also same. Understand? So this is the fourth pair we proved over here. Fourth. So now in conclusion, entire conclusion is that if one pair, which was this original pair of corresponding angles, are equal, then all the pairs, all three pairs over here, are equal. Okay? If understood this, give me a yes in the chat box. So this is how we prove, folks. You prove by using previous knowledge and connect it. Mathematics is nothing, difficult. All right. So we go to the fourth now. So I'm going to request, let's say, who do I request? Suhas to come off mute and read this. Suhas, are you there?
When one pair of alternate angles is congruent, then all the remaining pairs of alternate angles are congruent.
Thank you so much, Suhas. So yes, folks, this is exactly same like, not exactly, similar to what the third property was. Only what we have changed is this, alternate. So in the last property, it was corresponding. Now alternate. So you may be asking, Bhaiya, what are alternate angles? So I'll tell you. Corresponding was this, right? This was corresponding. Alternate is this. These are alternate angles. So you go in a Z formation. If you ever forget how to do alternate angles, just go in a ulta Z. So Z is like this, right? You just go inverse. So like this, like this. So these are alternate angles. They're alternate to each other. Okay. So for example, this, if I take this,
Bhaiya, but
yeah, who was that? Go ahead.
वो तो नीचे का होगा ना?
Where?
Angle A midpoint.
No.
Angle 1 or
Yeah, now tell me.
alternate angles, na?
Now tell me. There are angle names. So which angle 1 and angle? This one and?
8.
Okay. Yeah. So
Angle 8.
Yeah. So these are not opposite angles. Oh, sorry, alternate angles. Alternate as in, so let's say, okay. So you have this line, okay, CD and EF. And I'm going down like this. Okay. So the first I encounter is angle 1. And the next I will encounter is directly angle 2 over here. Ignore this, ignore 4 and 5. We are only looking at angles which are upwards, up the line. So this is D, whatever numbers are up the line, not down the line. Okay. So what is written is we have 3 and we have 1 and we have 2 and we have 6. Okay. So what alternate lines are is that if you go down like this, first you're going to encounter 1 over here. You go down, you will encounter 2. Okay. We are only focusing on numbers which are up the line, not downwards. So you will encounter 2, but 2 is the corresponding. So whichever angle which is linear pair of corresponding angle is the alternate angle, folks. Always remember. So which is the linear pair of 2 over here? Angle 2.
Angle 6.
Exactly. So the linear pair of the corresponding angle is the alternate angle. So that is what alternate angle means. It's good that you asked me that question. So everybody is clear. So the opposite of the linear pair of the corresponding angle is the alternate angle. If you go in the next series like this. All right. So 1 ka corresponding angle it is 2 and 2 linear pair is 6. So 6 will be the alternate angle to 1. Understand? So, okay. So now the property states that, again we break it down, we read it slowly. When one pair of alternate angles is congruent. So 1 and 6 are congruent. So this is what is given. Okay. This is what is given. Now what do we have to prove is then all the remaining pairs of alternate angles are congruent. So that means is now, folks, now you have to tell me one by one. If I have 3, okay, as the angle, then what is the alternate angle now? Go like this.
Angle 2.
Absolutely. Angle 2. Yes. Now I'll give you, okay, I'll change the color just a minute. Okay, yeah. If I have angle 7 like this, then what?
Angle 5.
4.
Angle 4 or angle 5, folks?
5, 5, 5.
5.
Yes, absolutely. Because if you look at angle 7, the corresponding angle is angle 4, and the linear pair is angle 5. So, angle 5. And obviously, the last one now, if I have angle 8, then
Angle 4.
absolutely. Thank you so much. So, yeah, now we have the pairs. Now we'll go ahead with our proof. So, now I have written these two things over here. Why? Why is angle 1 equal to 5 and 6 equal to 7?
Opposite angles.
Because Bhaiya, they are a pair of alternate angles.
No. Who was the first one
Opposite.
to answer? Folks, come on. I gave you a hint. It is absolutely correct. There are opposite angles. They are vertically opposite. Look in the figure over here. I am giving you a clue. See, listen. If I am proving property number 4, then I have to use properties number 1, 2, and 3. If I am proving property number 5, I'll use 1, 2, 3, 4. Understand? So we have learned vertically opposite angles, which is property number 1. So I'll use property number 1 to see that 1 is equal to 5 and 6 is equal to 7. Look over here in the figure, 1 and 5, 6 and 7. They're opposite. So I've written opposite angles. So what we have to prove is angle 3 is equal to angle 2 basically. Okay. So now, okay, again, I'm going to ask you. Angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to 180. Why is it so?
Supplementary angles. And linear pair.
Exactly, yes. Linear pair, which means they are supplementary. And again, angle 2 and angle 6, 2 and 6, 1 and 3, 2 and 6.
Bhaiya, supplementary or
Yes.
linear pair.
Supplementary linear pair. So that means angle 1 plus 3 and 2 plus 6 is equal to 180. So that means angle 1 and 2 are same. And why is it so? Is because if you look here, angle 1 and 6 are same. So I can cut it from these two sides. So I get this. Angle 3 and 2 are same. So see folks, we proved angle 3 and angle 2 are equal. Understood? So this is what we had to prove. But
Bhai, I had question.
Yeah, go ahead.
अरे टेक्स्ट बुक में तो मतलब एंगल ए और 8 से अपोजिट दे और इंटीरियर एंगल में 5 और 2.
Yeah, so I just named the angles. Folks, you can name the angle as like it's just naming. You can name it as much like as you can.
नहीं उनकी पोजीशन मतलब एंगल 1 पर और एंगल 8 जो एंगल है ना वो अपोजिट है
Yeah,
मतलब अल्टरनेट एंगल
sorry,
है.
English. Just a minute, folks. I'll just quickly check what he's saying. I have the textbook with me.
भैया
Okay. I get what you're saying. Actually, yeah, you're correct. Folks, we'll come back to this. Okay, this is actually, I've made a mistake over here. So we'll come back to this theorem. Before that, we'll go to the next one. Okay, because I'm already recording. I'll come back to this one. Okay, thank you for telling me. Yeah. All right. So this is the last one, folks. The fifth theorem. Can anyone come off mute and tell me? Can read it for me.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Whoever said that.
Can I?
When one pair of internal angle on one side of transversal is supplementary, then the another pair of interior angle is also supplementary.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, folks. So yeah, interior angles. Can anyone tell me what are interior angles now? Does anyone know?
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
The
Viraj.
between angles.
Okay, so let's,
Angle.
Angle.
Bhaiya, C or D, F
no,
in
tell me
between.
the,
No,
tell me
no.
this, the question, please.
Angle 4 and angle 2.
Yeah,
And angle 5 and 6.
all right, yes. So basically, interior means internal. So interior means under. Okay, so these are interior angles like this. If you see a triangle, all right. So these are interior angles. So what does it say is that when one pair of interior angles on one side of transversal is supplementary. So let's look at this side over here. So we have 4 and 2. So what it is saying is angle 4 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. Okay. Then the other pair of interior angles also supplementary. So angle 5 and angle 6 is also supplementary. So angle 5 plus angle 6 is 180, which is we have to prove. Okay. So this is what we have to prove right here. All right. So how will we prove it? So folks, I don't have any animation for this. Okay. So we have to prove it one by one. You got, like, you have to tell me the steps and then I will solve it on the screen, and obviously I'll also help you. So let's say, okay, so I can give you a hint. Okay, so I can see from the screen angle 1 and 3, angle 4 and 3 are equal. So I'll just quickly write this: angle 4 plus angle 3 are, sorry, not plus, they are equal. They are equal because they are vertically opposite. Angle 4 and angle 3, this one. And I can also see angle 1 plus angle 5, not plus. Why am I writing plus over here? Okay. Angle 1 and angle 5 are also equal because vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Yeah. So let's say we also know, folks, that angle 4 plus angle 5 is equal to, can anyone tell me?
180.
180 degree.
Yeah. Okay. So, and also angle 2 plus angle 6 is also equal to 180 degree. All right. Yeah. So we have this much information now. So we have to work with this to come to this conclusion that angle 5 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degrees. So if you folks have any ideas to give, you can, because I don't have the proof of this. Okay. So you have to help me now. Anyone?
Bhaiya, I think if we do complementary, if we plus, like we do complementary angles are equal, congruent, like that only we can do the interior angles are also equal.
Okay. So can you just tell me by the angle name so that I can understand? Hello.
Bhaiya, wait, I'm thinking. You can ask other.
Okay, yeah. So in the chat, Piyusha is telling me that angle 4 and angle 6 are alternative angles. Okay. If angle 4 plus 5 is 180, 4 is equal to 6, 6 plus 5 is equal to 180. Okay, Piyusha, can you come off mute and tell us this? Maybe you're on the right track. Hello?
Bhaiya,
Yeah.
whenever you're telling us the alternative angles, uh, uh, angle 4 and 6 are alternative angles.
Yeah, absolutely. Piyusha,
There was a mis-
you're on the right track. So yeah, there are alternative angles, yes. So
And by
so
can
if
I-
angle, yeah,
okay, so what I'm gonna do is, folks, we have information angle 4 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. Okay. We also have information angle 2 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degrees. So I'm gonna say angle 4 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degrees. So what this means is that they are alternative angles, this and this. So if one type of alternate angles are equal, then obviously angle 5 plus angle 2 is equal to
180 degree.
absolutely. And if angle 5 and angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees for these two angles, okay. What we have to prove is angle 5 plus angle 6 is equal to 180. So can any one of you see any similarities between these two sentences which we can connect with the above sentences, above statements that we made? Anything? Think. Are these opposite angles? So let's say
Yes, bhaiya, interior opposite angles हम बता, like we can say 4 and angle 4 and angle 6.
yeah, you already have that angle 5 and angle 2 is equal to 180.
Yes.
So how do I compare these? How do I come to a conclusion with this? Because we want this over here. Anyone now? Now this is where we have to use our head. Let's say even I'll check if I can. Wait.
Bhaiya, we will take
Acha, who was saying that?
Viraj.
Go ahead, Viraj.
We will take in both additions into one line.
So you're saying like this. Saying it like this.
Yes.
Okay.
And we will cut 4 and 2, and we will cut the answer. No.
How can we cut 4 and 2? You tell me that. That is not possible, right?
Bhaiya, we can see that 2 and 6 are supplementary angles, and
Yes.
5 and 4 are also supplementary angles.
Yes. You are close. Yeah.
So wait.
You're
Okay,
actually very close right now. So we'll write every single knowledge we have over here so that let's say we can connect this or not, folks. So this, wow, I'm not writing in red anymore. Angle 4 plus angle 6, angle 5 plus angle 2. We want 5 is equal to 6. Let's say 4 plus 2 is equal to 180. So
Bhaiya, can't we cut 2 and 6?
we can, like,
Yeah, कर दो cut.
But it will equal. Angle 5 and angle 6 are equal.
folks, this is 180. This is 180. This is 180. We only want this as 180. We have to prove this. We have already reached. There are only 2 steps remaining, folks. I'm gonna give you, like, let's say I'm gonna.
Bhaiya, wait.
Yeah.
If bhaiya 5 and can you please cut off the annotated things every on the diagram?
Achha, on the diagram, okay.
Yes, just cut.
Yeah.
If angle 5 and angle 4 is supplementary angles, and angle 6 plus angle 2 is also supplementary, and if we just take 5, then it would be 90 degree, and the 6 would be also 90 degree.
But yeah, we can't do that.
And then 90 plus 90 is 180 degree.
See, I can give you one hint, okay, folks. Okay, I'll give you 3 minutes to think about this. If not, then I'm gonna answer this question. You can't do that. Whoever said that, you can't assume the angles because we don't know. So that's a very big mistake in mathematics. Never assume the angles unless until they're given. Okay. So, folks, you have 3 minutes to solve this.
Bhaiya, can we interchange the angle 4 and angle 2.
Why?
मतलब
Why do you want to do that? Okay, folks, come on. I know, like, this is little you have to do critical thinking, but that's the reason why I have
Bhaiya, we
chosen
have
this
to change angle 4 and angle 5.
angle. Why are you saying that? Like,
Interchange.
why to change them? Where?
But Bhaiya,
In
don't
the
change.
cell.
Bhaiya, if we see that 4 is opposite to 6 and 5 is opposite to 2.
Okay, folks. So we have reached a dead end. Okay. Neeraj, when will our class be over? Okay. Our class will be over when this thing is solved. Yes. So you have to help me. I already have the answer with me, obviously. So we can do one thing, folks. Actually, yeah, we are above our time. I'm gonna give you this for homework. Okay. I was not gonna give you homework today, but I want you to solve. I'll give you a hint. Is that use the 4 previous properties. What we have is, you can take a screenshot of this if you want. Angle 4 plus angle 2 is equal to 180, which is already given. This is given. You have to prove it to me that angle 5 plus angle 6 is equal to 180 degrees.
Bhaiya, I understand.
Yeah, so do one thing. On the notebook, okay, on a notebook, solve this and send it to me. All right.
Bhaiya,
And whoever sends it to me, now that group is going to get 10 points. So this is where it gets interesting. 10 points, folks. If you send it to me before 5, not 5, 4 p.m. Okay. I'm ending this lecture because we are very short on time. All right.
Bhaiya, it is so easy.
I know.